Tonight, it'll be the Phoenix Suns going up against the Toronto Raptors. So for the Raptors, their last game,
It's time to read the starting lineup for your Phoenix Suns. At the point guard position, starting at the other.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony. Big group substitution here for Phoenix. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for TJ Warren. Jackson comes in for Kelly Oubre. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Booker. And AI subbed in for Fredette. And then for Toronto, Norman Powell's checked in for OG Anunoby. Jeremy Lin comes in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Setting the floor for the Raptors, we've got Ibaka. Powell is out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's VanVleet in at the point guard position. Doris, who are some of the players you watch that get stronger as the game goes on? They're not cut down by fatigue and still have that energy, something left in the tank.
Those guys who show me superhuman strength a la Kevin Harlan. Those guys who come to mind, LeBron James, that's a bad man. It doesn't matter if it's the first minute or the 48th minute. Russell Westbrook is indefatigable. His stamina and his ability to dominate in triple overtime once is absolutely incredible. And then what did we see from Anthony Davis when Boogie Cousins went down? A man who for 48 minutes on both ends is a problem. Those three men, Kev.
Endless energy. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
The Suns making a change here. Bridges checks in. AI dishes to Jackson. AI outside, shoots it. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. There's 38 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And stolen by AI. And AI throws it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Suns trail by 3. To the inside. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
Jackson finds Crawford. 2 on the clock. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Raptors lead by 5. Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
You just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Toronto right now, they've got Powell. Ibaka is out there with Jeremy Lin. And it's Siakam in at the power forward.
Well, things could not have been worse for the Phoenix Suns a year ago. They were the worst offense and the worst defense in the NBA. Boy, you guys talk about struggling. That's the very definition.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Part of leadership, DA. Thank you. Here's AI, and it's in there. AI's got 8 points. And you look at the stats for the Suns last season, Doris, not many bright spots.
Right, Kevin, I think this is an organization that throws the stats out. They are looking at building from the ground up. There are so many areas to address. The first is the acquisition of great NBA talent.
Clock at 6. Here's Van Vliet. No good on the triple. Suns trail by 4. Jackson kicks to AI. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Warren's checked in for Josh Jackson, and it's Booker in for Daniels. Lowry can't get it to go.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, got into foul trouble and really played out of control and just couldn't overcome it.
I think you really have to think they beat themselves out there, right? You can't be fouling another team like that consistently, and that's just asking to get beat.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
The 3 from Warren. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors leading by 6. Green taking his time here. Outside Lowry. Lets it go with a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Phoenix calls timeout. One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained. That'll do it for the first half. These teams. So for the Suns, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Ayton. Bridges comes in for Booker, and AI is subbed in for Fredette. The Raptors also with a sub. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. And that one misses. We now have rules, Doris, that protect shooters from defenders stepping underneath them. But what about when the defender leaves his feet and the offensive player steps underneath and tries to draw the foul?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to look at is, okay, we certainly do not want the defender to have unnatural movements which place him underneath the feet of the shooter, because that's where injuries can happen. On the other side of the equation, and this has become problematic to me, you see far too many shooters either jump unnaturally outside of what should be a straight up and down shooting motion, or guys who kick their legs sideways in an attempt to draw contact and fall over. But Kev, this is where officiating is about feel, touch, and vision.
They've got AI. Richaun Holmes out there with TJ Warren. Then it's Bridges, and it's Oubre in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
Well, for all the talk about the accurate shooters in the league, give it up to Kyle Lowry for his precise passing ability.
AI passes to Bridges. Holmes kicks to Oubre. This one for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Oubre's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you have to respect how fast Kelly Oubre gets his shot off in catch-and-shoot situations.
They grab their own miss. Tries again. Lowry hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Lowry's got 24 points.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Here's AI. Rebound by the Raptors. Ibaka's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Here's Lin. Phoenix grabs the miss.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Really left alone that time. Bridges has got his second bucket of the night.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Warren against Len. Unloads from 13. Connects, the jumper drops.
Well, Jeremy Lin finds a way to get to the inside of that paint, and difficult for the defense to do anything in there.
And the Suns call time. Well, Doris, for Kelly Oubre to maximize his potential in this league, the jump shot will be key.
Right, Kevin, and there are positive signs where Kelly Oubre and his long-range shooting are concerned. His usage and efficiency have both gone up over the last couple of years. He's also been more aggressive on the offensive end, spending more time at the free throw line, and you would expect that with the level of athleticism he brings.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Josh Jackson's checked in for Warren. Crawford comes in for Oubre. And Daniels subbed in for Bridges.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
To the middle. Knocks it loose. Powell with the steal. Lets it go from 14. The second chance effort. It's tipped. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's AI. Another three for Phoenix.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Lin. He's covered by Daniels. Poked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford. Phoenix making some changes. 8. So the Raptors 5 right now. Powell is out there with Green. Then there's Lowry. And it's Siakam in at the 5 spot. And that one's good, Ayton.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Lowry looking around. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, the Phoenix Suns guys have missed the playoffs for 8 straight seasons. That continues the longest playoff drought in franchise history.
The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. And before this drought, the Suns had missed the playoffs in consecutive seasons since the 1980s.
Well, remember, this was a very proud franchise, historically one of the league's best regular season records. Fans are so hoping they can get back on a winning track.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, his production has been unbelievable. Really a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Last season, Doris, the NBA hosting 4 regular season games in Mexico, celebrating the 25th anniversary.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Phoenix. 15-point game. Good work there as it goes.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good.
Well, let's remember, this guy was part of Team USA that went on to win gold in Rio. And if you remember, Coach K called Lowry the team's unsung hero. Very high praise for Kyle.
AI outside. The 3. That shot is off. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big...